to Hop with Gabe and Steven. I'm Gabe, that's Steven. How are we doing, folks? Thank you for joining us for round 74.
What is up, people? Welcome in. Welcome. As John Oliver would say, it's round 74. We're back in Connecticut. It is Armada Brewing. We have kind of a theme going on right now of like pirates and ships and like, I didn't think that would happen, but it fell into our laps.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of here for it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, same. I mean, we looked at the artwork and we went, oh, damn. Oh, we're about to, Yarr! We're going back. This beer comes to us from a very good friend of mine. His name is Andrew Fredrickson, who I went to UConn with. Shout out, go Huskies. But Andrew hooked us up with a bunch of beer, and this is what we're calling our first batch of the Andrew beer. So, Andrew, dude, thank you so much for hooking us up with the beers. We got stickers over here behind me. We got glassware. I mean, he did the damn thing because he's a supporter. So thank you, Andrew. We love you. And this episode's for you.
And we say again, this is how you hop. If you're a fan of the show and you want to send us beer, we've never said no to that. And we are not going to start anytime soon. So if you have a brewery that you really love, that you want featured on the show that we can't get our hands on, you could send it to us. And then
if anyone has
featured.
beers from Alaska, for the love of God, help us out.
Oh, that'd be dope, dude. Like right? Anchorage Brewing. Oh, that'd be sick.
I'd be like, clear the schedule. We're putting in Alaska.
Let's do the socials thing. We're on Instagram and Twitter at the HO Podcast over there. If you want to engage with us, please do. We love engaging with our fellow beer folk on the social medias. You can follow our personals as well. At Shakes Beerist is me. Gabe is at Gaberade67. This show is available to listen to on Apple, Spotify, Google, and wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you listen to the show, if you could rate and review the show, we would really appreciate it. Genuinely, it means the world. We read reviews when we get them. We love when they come in, and we take the feedback very seriously. So if you have thoughts for us, please send them in to us over on Apple Podcasts. Rate the show, review the show. It's the best way to make your voice heard and make the show better for you and all of your fellow hop heads. So please feel free to do that. We're also a video podcast. You can check us out on YouTube if you haven't done so already. Please head over there. We love that we are now a video product, have been since January, and we love that we're putting that out, and it's really taken the show to a new level. So please head over to our YouTube channel, subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you can click the bell. You will get notified whenever a new episode drops or a special video of any kind, which can happen at any time.
It's going to happen real soon.
So that is all I have to say, I think.
As always, let us know what breweries to hit up next. Let us know what breweries to repeat. Let us know if you know of or are an artist and you make can art for beers. This is important because I feel like, if you know me, you know I love the can art, but it's an art form that's slept on. This Can Arts and Crafts is going to be a little different, a little fun. So if you know any artists, send them our way on Instagram. We love looking at all the photos and stuff. We are here for you guys.
Ooh, little tease of the Can Art and Crafts section there, Gabe.
Get excited.
Stay tuned. Coming up. Have you done your stretches? Are you ready for the news section today? It's a bit of a doozy.
It's a bit of a doozy, but it's necessary. So let's get into it.
Here we go.
Beer news.
All right. First up, highlights. There's a lot of good happening in the beer world right now. Breweries and tap rooms are reopening. It's happening all over the country. New England states are leading the country, some of the best in the country, to get those vaccination numbers up. Reopenings are happening. It's great. Get your shot. Some breweries are even offering free beers if you show a vaccination card. So that's fun. Also, a bill was introduced in Congress this past week to legalize shipping alcohol across the country. We've talked about this in relation to other things, but now they're trying to legalize the shipment of alcohol. It would make our jobs so much easier. Lots of beer releases, lots of beer initiatives going on. We could talk about all that. However, we only have one real story to talk about today, and if you've been following along with the beer world, you probably know what it is. I do need to say, we tend to record on Mondays. This, what I'm going to call a shitstorm, erupted on Tuesday of last week, so it did not make our show last week, and we apologize if we're delayed on it, but there's a sort of hashtag #MeToo movement storming the craft beer industry right now, and it is a big deal. It started on Instagram. Brienne Allen is the name of the production manager at Notch Brewing, which is in Salem, Massachusetts. After basically her first day back at work, she was frustrated after she received a few sexist comments on her first day back, and she took to Instagram to ask her followers in her story, what sexist comments have you experienced? It took off, it blew up, it gained traction. Responses began rolling in from all over the country, in fact, all over the world. People, I mean, it was a confidence in numbers things, and just women telling their stories to Brienne and sharing their experiences on Instagram, and it just took off in an amazing way. This was on May 11th, and so it happened real quickly. The accusations and allegations are broad-ranging. They range everything from microaggressions to very, very serious allegations. And like I said, it's touching breweries all over the country and the world. Brienne is a little bit overwhelmed by all this, understandably. Her Instagram followers were just over 2,000 on May 11th when she made this post, and in that time, she's grown to over 56,000 followers. She's getting hundreds of messages a day. It's overwhelming, but it's also important, and she both, is trying to figure out how to handle being the head of this movement, and at the same time she's it's very triggering, and she's trying to take it all in. So breweries affected and or called out by name include a whole lot of people, but we're going to mention Hill Farmstead out of Vermont, Connecticut Valley Brewing, Modern Times, Tired Hands Brewing, Lord Hobo, Humble Sea, Original Pattern Brewing, Union Beer Distributors, Brewdog, Dry and Bitter Brewing Company, and many, many more. We need to state, as Brienne does on her Instagram, that we have no way of verifying or corroborating these stories. We are not here to ruin any reputations. We couldn't verify any of this if we want to, but these are our experiences that were shared, and we firmly believe that accusers should be believed. This is extremely serious. This is a big deal, and it's making waves in the beer world. What we can conclusively report as of now is that Soren Wagner of Copenhagen's Dry and Bitter Brewing and Jacob McKean, who is the head of Modern Times, which we have featured on this show, both of those gentlemen have resigned as the CEOs of their company over the past week. And Jean Broylet the fourth, the founder of Pennsylvania's Tired Hands Brewing, has stepped down from daily operations, quote unquote, temporarily. No sense of what that will mean or where that will lead. We've also seen a trend of some restaurants and brew pubs committing that they will not serve beer from accused breweries, which is a move that other breweries are supporting, most notably The Alchemist out of Vermont.
Yeah, and that's another huge one. First and foremost, let's put the beer world aside for a second. This doesn't have a place in any world, in any capacity. And, we're here to, report on the issue and talk about it, and hopefully bring more awareness to it. We're two guys who are just talking about craft beer, and we're hoping to help in any way we can. We're hoping to spread the word any way we can. We give so many props to Brienne for stepping forward and literally just going, hey, share your stories. Who else? And it just overflowed with stories like this.
Yeah, I feel the need to say that I think there was a lot of shock in the beer world last week when this happened, and if I'm being honest, I didn't feel a lot of that myself, for several reasons. Number one, we've been reporting over and over again about this situation at Boulevard Brewing, and it is absolutely no surprise to me that that's not a one-off situation. The beer industry skews extremely white and extremely male, and it always has. And as somebody mentioned in one of the articles I was reading, when you throw alcohol into that mix, it just makes everything worse. But you and I, Gabe and I, if you're new to the show, what a day you've picked to join us. But if you're new to the show, we're actors. So we saw this. I mean, the Me Too movement hit our industry extremely in the gut. I mean, we saw this. I saw my friends, colleagues, I saw my good friends post on Facebook their experiences with very powerful people. And so we saw this sweep through our industry years ago and continue to be a big discussion in our industry. And the fact that that the beer world is now catching up to it is not a surprise to me. That said, I don't say that to diminish the seriousness of this at all. It's very important. Like you said, huge credit to Brienne for not only having the courage to go out there and speak her truth or vent her truth, however she started it, but also, being this incredibly welcoming receptacle for these brave women that are sharing their stories and speaking up, and it's leading to very meaningful change. We do need to mention that the Brewers Association has come under fire, I guess. They haven't done enough in this regard, to be very honest. They did release updated workplace guidelines in 2020, which we reported on this show back at the end of July, early August. They have a forum to report harassment. It's on their website. The system is it's kind of lengthy. It's kind of difficult. It's full of red tape. I would say, in a way, it may protect breweries more than it protects the employees of the breweries.
Yeah, and, I don't know. You shouldn't have to jump through hoops to fill out a simple form and get a simple, not simple, but get a complaint forward.
Yeah.
So this is.
And they have a link on their website, a complaint intake form on their website. So if you work at a brewery and you have something to report, that is the way to do it. Part of my problem with it is that by legal necessity, I guess they can only really accept complaints that happened after these guidelines went into place in August of 2020. So it does eliminate a lot of history.
Yeah. The link is also featured in Brienne's Instagram bio. So if you...
She's at Rat Magnet. At
Rat Magnet.
Magnet on
yeah,
Instagram.
That's her Instagram handle. If you want to go there, fill out the form.
Read the stories. They're saved on her Instagram as well.
Yeah, they're all in her highlights. Just getting back to what you said earlier, how, there wasn't much surprise. Isn't that just like the saddest thing in the world? Just to know, to hear story after story and to have this thing blow up, and for us just to go that sucks.
But it is.
It
but in
should
a way,
be surprising.
To me, it shows that the brewing industry has a lot of work to do. And we knew that already from last year. I mean, we've been talking about diversity now for, I say a year. That sounds reductive to say we've been talking about it for a year, but it's been top of mind since last summer. And that includes gender diversity as well, Yeah.
It's just... women have an amazing place in this beer world. If you've heard from our episode last week when we featured Harlem and Celeste Beatty, I mean, trust us, there's place for women in this beer world. So
100%. Listen, we have to move on. We have to make that. We're here to have fun. We're here to make this entertaining. So this is something that we take very seriously. Hopefully our listeners understand the need for 10 minutes of sort of gravity around this issue.
Yes.
But because of the nature of what we do here, we can only sort of scrape the surface of this story. It is deep, it is layered, it is complex. For more on this, if you're interested in reading more about how this began, where it's going, continued updates, I would direct our listeners, myself, to Beth Demon over at VinePair. That is a very well reported, very thorough article that really takes this from start on through.
Yeah,
the history
and that's actually the first article I read when I did the research about that. Like that was the first thing that came up. So
there's also excellent articles over on Brewbound and Good Beer Hunting and other podcasts and other websites. So there's plenty to consume on this topic. We're just scratching the surface of it, but
yeah, we would love to help, in any way we can. I mean, we see you, we hear you, and we're here with you in any way we can. If you have any suggestions, if you know of any organizations, anything like that, please send them our way. We'll make sure to get the word out as well, because it's not just for us, it's for everyone. Let's get back to good beer times rather than bad beer times.
Agreed. And with that said, I have to propose a toast. This is a weird segment, but I at least get to bring back some music I never thought we would use again.
Yeah, let's go.
So, shake it off. All right, here we go. Back to sea. All right, Armada Brewing. So let's raise a toast to the ocean with a poem called The Ocean by fellow New Englander and son of a sailor, author Nathaniel Hawthorne. Here we go. The ocean has its silent caves, deep, quiet, and alone. Though there be fury on the waves, beneath them there is none. The awful spirits of the deep hold their communion there, and there are those for whom we weep, the young, the bright, and the fair. Calmly, the wearied seamen rest beneath their own blue sea. The ocean solitudes are blessed, for there is purity. The earth has guilt, the earth has care, unquiet are its graves, but peaceful sleep is ever there beneath the dark blue waves.
Yo, that music gets me hyped.
I know.
Wow.
Did you like how it hit the ocean right at when it said it? Just,
yeah, I was like, oh wow. He's like, okay, introduction.
I nailed it.
The ocean. Boom. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's drink some beer. Okie dokie, Gabe.
Armada
What's
Brewing.
up first?
Armada Brewing is also in our backyard, and I gotta be honest, I didn't know that. I'm so glad I know now, because I can only imagine how great these beers are gonna be. We are kicking things off with one of their fruited sour series. This is the Privateers. We have the Pineapple Edition. It is a sour ale with pineapple, 4.5%, no IBUs on the SRM chart. We are looking at about it is like very clear, see-through, bubbly, straw-ish yellow. Oh, look at that. We both have Tiku glasses because we know what we're doing.
Because we're professionals. Yeah, I think...
I would put it between like a 4 and a 6.
Yeah, I was about to say I'd call it a 5, which I think by definition is between a 4 and a 6.
Correct.
But it's pretty light. I mean, maybe more like a 4. It is pretty light. It's a light golden, sort of yellow as the sun. It is not very hazy at all. It's slightly cloudy, but it's mostly clear. Yeah. And it poured with, I would say, a thumbnail of white head, which dissipated pretty quickly and is just nothing now in my glass.
Beer Advocate did not rate it. Untapped gave it a 3.62. And going back to the head, I would agree with that. It was, it started off nice, and then it slowly went down, and now I've got just like a ring with not much else. And
tons of little bubbles coming up from the bottom.
I can smell it from here. It's citrusy and fruity.
That, as promised. This is part of a series. It's their fruited sour series. They have many different versions of it, including raspberry, mango, blackberry, and apricot. This is the pineapple.
Want to try that blackberry. I don't know why. There's just something about it that makes me say yes.
I've had blackberry beers before. They're good. It's like a nice, berry fruit that you don't typically see in beer. Is different from the sort of citrus. So it's nice. It stands up to a sour pretty well. On the nose, I mean, this is a fruity, funky sour. It's you get the esters. The pineapple, I think, is a little bit subtle. This is a kettle soured beer. So again, kettle soured means that it's not soured naturally, like through a cool ship or barrels or anything like that. It's soured in the tank, typically with like an agent. And so it's kind of quickly soured. And that tends to make it more tart. It tends to amp up the tartness and the sour nature of it.
It's made with a secret agent. Ooh. A pirate. Pirate secret agent.
Nice. I want to play the music again.
It smells very funky. It smells a little tart. Pineapple for sure.
But the pineapple is subtle though. I don't put my nose to this and be like, it's not like pina colada.
It's not the star of the show by any means. I feel like it's like pineapple with a side of tropical or tropical with a side of pineapple. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it smells fun. It just smells fun.
No time like the present. Am I right?
Drink up me hearties, yo-ho.
Oh, there's the pineapple. It's definitely in there.
Tangy, citrusy, pineapple.
Yeah.
I'm on a beach. I'm in a hammock. I got my shades on. I'm probably sunburnt, knowing me. It tastes delicious. I feel like it's thirst quenching, but also makes you come back for more. It's a little dry in the back end, but it's more fruity on the back end. I feel like it's a little bit, it's better going down than it is just like keeping it swishing around your mouth. Not that I did that, but.
Yeah, I think that the pineapple flavor, again, is definitely more pronounced than it is on the nose, but it's still subtle. The primary thing in here to me is the tartness. It's definitely puckering in the mouth. I get no malt, but there's like a breadiness to it a little bit. Definitely some yeast comes through. It's got like a straw or hay quality to it that's pretty.
Yeah.
Like it's not. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's very easy to drink.
Yeah, it's not very fruity. I think that's what I'm getting at. Is like it's a fruited sour, but it's a sour before it's a fruited sour.
Mm-hmm.
The fruit, it's not like a super fruity beer. It's more
it's the
like
aftertaste.
A tart. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that is what is appealing about people who don't. There are a lot of beer drinkers out there that prefer styles over flavor. Like if you're like, I just like sour, get this, because this is a sour with like a hints of pineapple. It'll make it taste better, but it's not like, oh, it's so fruity. It's like, no, like, this is like, it's a sour.
The brewery describes it as light and crushable, which I would absolutely agree with. It's 4.5%. It's, to your point, extremely refreshing, extremely quenching, pleasing in the mouth, and I would say, extremely crushable. Good bit of carbonation, like definitely puts a zing in your mouth, but it's a sour, like summer, the nice weather's finally here.
Yeah.
Someday I'm on a porch.
I'm on a
bathing
boat.
In the sun. There we go.
You should be drinking this on a boat with the Lonely Island. Yeah, I don't know. I just like this is just hammock, shades on, kicking
and it's
back.
It's made better by the can art, which I mean you're gonna get to it later. I don't want to take that away from you, but I don't ever get to voice my opinion, and I just
go
need
ahead,
to say,
do your thing.
Actually, it doesn't even look good.
That green screen.
It's just
hold it like against your shirt.
No, it's not gonna help. It's just gonna make me see through too. It's but it's this like it's basically these pirates fighting it's Leandro Barbosa fighting the
This is Leandro right here. This is our boy.
That's a callback.
He's got a pirate sword in one hand and a basketball in the other.
That's a callback to round 72. If you didn't listen to that one, yes, I know his name is not Leandro.
I didn't know that.
And Gabe knows that now too.
Oh, I was so confident.
I just poured more beer in here, and again, that head just like goes away like real quick. It's like it's there, and then it just recedes again quickly.
Yeah.
But and like no lacing whatsoever. It's super clean in the glass. Like this is, this is for wine drinkers. This is for sour people. My mom would love this. Like this is right in line with, if that's your jam, this is the beer for you. It doesn't do anything funky with like ABV or any crazy flavors. It's like pretty much right up the middle. And the pineapple is just a nice little kiss atop it.
Amen. I agree. I want to feel like this is a good drink to have with like dinner. Like a dinner by like a fire pit on the beach.
So you want dinner? Is that what you're saying?
So I'm starving. No, I feel like there's some beers that you drink and it's just like, yeah, if I had food with this, one of the two would cancel each other out, or I'd feel really full. I mean, this is a great like accent to the meal. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I think that's because overall, like the pineapple flavor is subtle, but overall, I think a lot of things about this beer is subtle. It's not meant to be a bold flavored beer. It's meant to be a laid back beer. It's meant to be delicate. It's meant to be subtle, and it is that. The sour is definitely upfront and present. It's noticeable. If you don't like sours, you will not like this beer. But it can go with almost any occasion. Like this would be perfect with like sitting outside with a cheese plate or something. This would be perfect with appetizers. This would be perfect with pretty much any occasion.
What's that thing called? Where you have like
board?
Yes.
I knew exactly where you were going with that. I was
the second you said cheese, I was like, what's that thing called? Yes.
Charcuterie board.
Those things
You know
are
what's funny?
epic.
The second I said cheese, I was like, I should have said charcuterie.
Woo! Setting it up and alley-oop. There it is.
All right, so the brewery, Armada Beer. The reason that Gabe says he didn't know about them is because they are a gypsy brewery. There are a few different operations like this, especially around the New Haven area, I've noticed lately. And maybe that's just I notice it because I live over here at the moment, but there are a few different operations like this. Armada Brewing brews out of the Beeracks,
which is behind Steven if you're on YouTube.
KS, yeah, that's what's behind me if you're on YouTube. And there's another one in North Haven called 10% Beer Project, which is very similar. And they're these basically, houses where small breweries like Armada Brewing and others that we'll mention can go and brew their beer there. So they don't really have a space. They're more an idea. We've had other gypsy breweries on the show before.
Yeah, and
White Lion was doing that for a while, I think.
White Lion was doing that for a while, yeah. I just love, how cool this is. I mean, it's like, hey, we don't really have a legit space. Well, come here. We'll send your beer out to the world, It's like catapulting them forward, and it was what made it available for us. Well, for Andrew, and then for us.
And then for us. It was founded by John Kraszewski, whose name I just, every time I see it, and I know you're right there with me.
It's not Jim from The Office.
It's not John Krasinski, but and he officially opened the space to the public, or I guess started offering his beers to the public in 2017. Same story as it always is, I guess, right? He was a home brewer. He moved home. He decided to turn his home brewing hobby into a brewery. And here we are, Armada Brew. And then he broke the bottle of champagne over the bow and took the brewery out to sea. You see what I did there?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Give yourself a round of applause. You deserve it.
That was me patting myself on the back.
John is originally from West Haven. He was living in Chicago when he started homebrewing, and then he decided to move back home to East Haven, where the brewery is located, more or less. That's right in our backyard. We're both originally from Hamden, the New Haven area, so that's, a hop, skip, and a jump away. And I I don't know why I don't have more of their beers, because we'll talk about other beers later, but they've got all different styles, all different cool flavors and styles. And
Dude,
like I said, I would
visiting this place is, we haven't even tried the second beer yet, and I can tell you right now, just based on the can art, the beer we're currently having, and what I know is coming up, this place is skyrocketed to the top of the must-visit list. It's right here. I want to go.
Peg legs and eye patches for all.
Bang! Exclamation point!
We need a pirate drop, because we have another pirate-ish beer coming up too. Like, we have another one that's kind of in line with this in the docket as well. I can't promise when they'll be here, but we've just done a lot of at-sea breweries lately.
Hey, I'm not complaining. Yeah, getting back to the brewery, they are a proud partner of what Steven said, the Beeracks collaborative brew space. Beeracks also produces beers for Armada, Bestie Hard Seltzer, Hoax Brewing, and so many others. We've featured a couple of these beers like in our Instagram story. If you want to go check the highlight of beers, check it out. You'll see those in there.
I think a big one to mention would be Hoax. That's sort of the one that I had heard of.
Yeah.
There's Overshores is there. That's another big one. New Haven Nighthawks, which sounds like a hockey team, but it's not. It's apparently a brewery. Wellerman, which does a lot of hard tea and hard kombucha. But the biggest one would be Hoax. Erector is there. And then Armada is one of their big portfolios.
Hoax has that beer that I had during Christmas time. It's the Blueberry Pancake Milkshake Double IPA.
Yum.
Bruh. Also, New Haven Nighthawks. That was hilarious. That does sound like a hockey team.
Thank you.
I'm going to add that to the list of... I have I have a reoccurring list right now for potential new fantasy football team names, and I think I'm going to add New Haven Nighthawks to the list because that sounds funny.
Back when John opened the brewery, he said, and I quote, "Armada's mission is to bring together community around great craft beer. I'm excited to start offering our beers in my home state and proud to contribute to the growth of craft beer in Connecticut. Establishing a strong presence locally throughout New Haven County is our primary goal. We have many great breweries in this area, and New Haven has the potential to be the Denver and Portland of Connecticut in terms of craft breweries. I plan to help make this happen." And you know what?
Bold words.
I stand by it. New Haven, Connecticut. If you haven't been to New Haven, Connecticut in a while, imagine what's in your head. It's very different from that. I would say Yale. I would say Yale won. There's the amount of, because I worked in New Haven a few years ago, and I spent a lot of time going out to eat at a lot of restaurants. And I am here to tell you, the culinary scene in New Haven, Connecticut is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like the amount of just restaurants and breweries, but restaurants that I can't even afford to eat at. And you read the menu and you're like, this place, like this should be in the middle of like Midtown Manhattan. This is we've got celebrity chefs here. We've got farm to table. I mean, it's crazy, this stuff that's going on there.
And we're not even going to talk about the pizza. Listen.
No, we're not, because we don't want to start any shit.
I'm going to start that shit. I'm not going to go
You just said we're not going to talk about it.
Right. I'm not going to talk about it in detail.
Are you about to talk about it? You decided to lead into it by saying...
No, I'm not going to talk about it. All I'm going to say is, at one point, New Haven Pizza was rated best pizza in America. That's all I'm going to say. We're done. Moving on. Back to the brewery. Done. Doing it.
Yeah.
Forget it.
We'll leave it there.
Last thoughts on the pineapple.
I think the pineapple is a really well-crafted, again, I think delicate is a good way to put it. It's a nice, subtle beer. It's perfect for the summer months. It's perfect for the warm weather. It's perfect for the warm weather, sitting out on a hammock, on a beach, what have you, day drinking. And I also think it's a perfect warm-up for the behemoth that I have coming my way.
Just you? I'm not drinking it.
What are your thoughts?
I would agree. I think it's very refreshing. I think it's fruitful without being too fruity. I think if you really like sours, I think you would like this, especially if you're one of those people that prefers the style over flavor and ABV. You know, it can only be so much ABV. So, you know, if you're trying to feel something, maybe have a second or third. I really enjoy it. I think it's great. I love the flavor. I really want to try the blackberry.
Well, you're not going to do it right now.
We're going to take a hard 180.
We're going to do something else. So buckle up your seatbelts and get ready, because here we go.
Here we go.
So it's the Immortal Prince. It's the Immortal Prince Triple IPA. That's what it is. It's a Triple IPA. Listen, I don't know if we've ever had a Triple IPA on the show. Maybe we have once or twice. I don't know. We've done hundreds and hundreds of beers, but a Triple IPA is a rare style. It's a dangerous style. It's a slept-on style.
I really like it because it gets you feeling some way.
Now, the math is not exact on this, right? Because if we had an IPA that was 5 or 6%, I would say it's an IPA. If you bumped it up to 8 or 8.5 or 9, I would say it's a double IPA. And this is 10. So we're not talking 12, 13. Like, it's not the Dogfish 120. It's not that dangerous, but it's 10% ABV.
10% is never to be slept on.
No, it's packing a punch. We don't have the IBU information. Beer Advocate has not yet rated it. Untapped 4.04. This beer is available in January and July. That tells you that this beer was available in January, and we have it here now.
And that's it. That's only when it's available.
And don't fight me on freshness of beer styles and all that stuff. I get it. I do. I understand. But this is a Triple IPA. It can handle a little bit of aging. All right? It's fine. The brewery says not much about it. They just say our Immortal Triple IPA is here to slay the undead. And yeah, I'm down with that. It's on the SRM chart. I would put it maybe in the 12-13 range. It's an orange color. It's bordering on amber.
It's again see-through, but it's a little more cloudy than. It's just a little cloudy. It's not perfectly see-through.
It's not see-through at all. In fact, I would call it hazy myself. I mean, it's not like, it doesn't look like there's pulp in it or something. I mean, it's not that hazy, but it is a hazy IPA. It's brewed with 100% mosaic hops, and it is a hazy IPA for sure. So, and then, like I said, I would put it in the 12-13 range. It's orange bordering on amber. It's got a nice dark color to it.
And apparently it's made with lactose as well.
Yeah, which is interesting. That's super interesting.
I'm hoping / wondering if we're gonna get that on the taste. I feel like it's either gonna want to go one of two ways. Like, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, it's there, or it's gonna be like so well crafted that it's like hidden.
So does that make it a triple milkshake IPA?
I don't know. It did say on the website that it was made with lactose.
Yeah,
so.
No, it did. It's going back to what it looks like in the glass. I don't see a lot of bubbles shooting up from the bottom, and in fact, when I look closely at it, I almost see bubbles like stuck in it. I just think this is going to be so sticky. I see some lacing along the sides. The head,
I do too,
receded into this ring around the glass that's just tempting me, and I just have a feeling this is going to be sticky, candy-y, and dank.
Smell this for me and tell me you don't smell just hops, booze, punch you in the mouth, kick you in the groin, throw you on the ground.
Yes, I do.
There it
smells.
See?
It smells so good. It's fruity, it's citrusy, it's mango, and all of the tropical notes. I think it's been well documented on the show how tired I am of hazy IPAs.
Yeah.
But the exception to that is, and this is weird, but the exception is some doubles and definitely triples. I had a Triple IPA recently that I've raved about enough to Gabe from a brewery that's been on the show. We don't have to name them. It's fine. But it's so good because it is super hazy. It is the Citra Mosaic thing. It's juicy. It's all of that tropical citrus notes. But the ABV is so high that it's this nice body on which all of that rides, and it doesn't tire out my mouth. It becomes this luscious thing. I'm getting the same off the nose of this. I'm getting all of the tropics. I'm getting the mango. I'm getting the fruit. I'm getting some orange and, some of that citrus, but I'm getting a lot of tropical.
I'm getting just the slightest bit of malt. Caramel, toffee, that range.
It's doughy. It's I don't know if it's partially the lactose, but there's a doughiness, there's a breadiness to it. It's not all citrus and nothing else. And the hops, too.
It's like a cinnamon bun without the cinnamon. So what would you call that?
Dough.
A bun. It's
a
like
bun.
a bun,
It's
bro.
a bun. Yeah. But alcohol comes off it too. I mean, you smell this and you're like, oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I first took a sniff, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that last sniff I just took just shot up through my nose.
Yeah. So, well, we didn't come here to sniff. We came here to drink.
Please, let us do it. Let us do it. Oh,
the Immortal Prince, yar.
I need a minute. I need a minute. I need to say a prayer. I hear angels singing around me. I am in blissful, perfect heaven right now. This is so good. This beer, guys, it's all of the citrus. Mango, yes. Tropical, yes. Pineapple, sure. Whatever fruit you want to throw in there, it's in there. It's fruity. It's luscious in the mouth. The ABV is high, but you don't taste the alcohol. That's the thing. It's so smooth. It's so luscious in the mouth. It fills, for me, it's like the sweetness hits the front of my mouth and then it fills like to the sides and up the back of my palate and everything. And it just like is this creamy, luscious experience that just explodes flavor in my mouth. Again, I mean, the ABV it's I don't want to call it dangerous because it's not hiding that much, but it is, it's a dangerous beer by nature because it's 10%, but I'm saying
dangerous. Are you kidding me?
Well, when we say dangerous to me, it's like, oh, I'm drinking this, like I'm just slamming this. I don't taste any alcohol at all. I'm fine.
I mean, you taste some, but I'm not getting a lot.
There's something going on, but it's...
In fact, going off of that, I want to revert all of you to a fun video I found on Armada's website. If you do a little bit of research about this beer, there is a guy, his name is Tim. I believe he works there. It's called Tim Talks Immortal Prince. And I kid you not, he chugs this beer. He just goes, it's so good, you can't taste the ABV, as a matter of fact, and he just chugs the whole thing. So...
Yeah, it's funny. It's absolutely wild. It's like
if you want to chug this,
he runs a few circles. He chugs the whole thing. He runs in circles for a bit. The video cuts out, and then I'm pretty sure he probably passed out at that point
or threw up.
But this is, yes, the ABV is hiding, but it's also there's so many mosaic hops in there that there's a dankness to this. There is a bite on the back end, and I attribute that both to the hoppiness and to the ABV, and those things come together and remind me that there is alcohol in there. I do think the alcohol is hiding. I don't think you taste this and you're like, oh, I just took a shot. No, it's not that high. But there's enough of a bite in there to me to remind me like, no, this isn't... I couldn't just slam this like that guy did.
We're not in college, okay? Yeah. I am getting some sort of like fruit punch type of vibe, and I think that just goes off of all the flavors and the fruitiness and the tropicalness. I really enjoy it. For me, I'm not really getting a lot of booze, like almost at all. Like it's in the back end for sure, but Me personally, I would call this dangerous because I've already taken big swigs and I have to remind myself.
But look at that lacing, though. Let's hold that up one more time. If you're on YouTube, can you just look at Gabe's glass for a second? Because it shows it off really well, just to show you how sticky this beer is. Sorry, I cut you off. I didn't mean to do that, but
that is okay.
It's candy. It's a candy treat. It's like a candy apple or something. It's
sweet without being, it's not a cake. It's just a sweet. I don't know, man.
No, it's
just a sweet little kiss at the end that just makes you just go back for more. And it's like I said, I'm getting like a fruit punch type of vibe.
I can understand where you're coming from with that, because again, and this is why I say I love the triple IPAs, because it's all of that citrusy, hazy New England stuff is so tired to me. But when you bump up the ABV this high, there's a bite, there's a bitter, there's a balance level there that comes into something really beautiful. It's not just sweet up front and biting in the back. It's sweet up front and biting in the back, but then they also meld into this beautiful like candy, just delicious, full-bodied experience that is just so good. I love this. I love this style. I love that they made it. I want them to make it more than twice a year.
Yeah,
this is brilliant.
I don't know, Andrew. Thank you. I don't know how you got your hands on this. When I read that availability, January and July, that's it. I was like, this is definitely one of those beers where people get in line 2 hours early on the day they're releasing it. People are waiting in their cars to get out and go get it. And
if I can find this again in July, I will be buying at least 4 of them, if not more, just to have, because I mean, it's not something you're going to drink every day. Triple IPAs, if you're not into triple IPAs or you don't do it a lot, these are the kinds of beers that will sit in my fridge. I mean, I have Dogfish Head 120 that's been sitting in my fridge for a very long time.
This is the event beers.
It's an event beer, exactly right. It's the kind of beer that you cannot just have this. First of all, it's going to stop you in your tracks. Whatever you're doing, you're just going to be like, what am I drinking? Like, you're not going to be able to do whatever it is you wanted to do. And then the ABV, yes, but I just mean flavor-wise. Like, you drink this and you're just like, no, hold on a minute, I'm busy. Like, you're distracted. You can't. It's like when you get an email and you're trying to read on your phone and someone's talking to you. You're like, I'm not really with you right now. I'm in this beer.
Hold on, Yahoo just emailed me about something that somebody said. I think it's silly to rank these.
I was just going to say the same thing. It's a waste of time.
I mean, yes, because, let's be real, we're both going to pick the triple, but also just the fact that they're so different and they're kind of in their own category.
Completely different markets.
I would love to compare all of the sours, and then the Armada has a couple doubles that I would love to put this up against. Yeah. Obviously, it's going to be higher ABV, but sometimes that doesn't make the difference for me. Sometimes it's like, no, I know this is 10, but I want that 7 because of A, B, and C. So
right.
I would love to see it.
Do you have it in you? Are you ready? Have you stretched today?
Put
here we go.
Me in, coach.
Can Art and Crafts.
This is a very special edition of Can Arts and Crafts because we don't just have great images we're going to look at. We're going to talk about an artist, something that Steven and I both are in a different way than this guy. The man who made the label art for all of Armada, his name is Scott Buoncristiano. He is a comic book artist, an illustrator, and poster designer from Cape Cod. He has his own website, Scott Buon Illustration. Go to it. Look at all of his stuff. It is incredible. Scott, you sexy, sexy man. You did a damn good job with this. As always, we're going in order. Number 1, the privateers. We've got pirates on a boat looking like they're about to fight another army. They're getting ready. They're pumped. Now, what's interesting about the Fruited Sour series is that every can label has this label all the pirates on the ship ready for battle, but each flavor has a different color. The pineapple, you're seeing a lot of lime green, a lot of light blue, a lot of, those colors kind of bouncing off of each other, and it just fits very well. The blackberry's a lot of red and purple. The mango's a lot of orange and green. It fits with what it is. But, I mean, if you look close, it the colors shine off of it. It's like the Pokemon cards with you get a special card and it's got that background and it's like glitter.
Holographic.
Holographic. Thank you. I couldn't freaking think of the word. I'm too drunk. It's got that on this. Like it's just so cool, and it makes me want to prepare for battle. And then we've got the triple yo-ho Immortal Prince. Look at this. Look at this guy. We've got a dead looking zombie-like prince with a couple swords cutting the head off some 18th century soldiers as they're in battle, as they're preparing for war. A lot of bright colors. The I want to say hieroglyphics. What's the word?
Holographic.
Holographic. I've been drinking too much. Holographic in the background. I mean, it's just bouncing off, but this is pristine art. Like, this is what we want on this show. This isn't just like, oh yeah, it's a cool logo with colors. No, this is art. It's made by a real artist. For the sake of the brewery, for these cans, for everything that this guy Scott has done, I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10. No. That would be too easy. I'm giving it a 15 out of 10 because of all of the artwork that from all the other beers. You have to go to the website. You have to check out Scott's website. You have to check out all of his stuff. Bob Ross agrees. Bob Ross is here. Bob Ross also is going to drink some of the triple. And that is another amazing, incredible, stupendous edition of Can Arts and Crafts.
I am a little upset that when you were doing the sour, you didn't mention the fact that they were about to fight the Leviathan. Did you not catch the tentacles that are all over the ship? They're not fighting an army. They're about to get taken down by that monster coming out of the sea that ate Jack Sparrow in that shitty second movie.
Good call. Yes. I got to be honest. The sunglasses make it a little dark. I didn't see the tentacles at first. But yes, they are about to fight the Kraken.
That's what it is. I couldn't think of what it was. What's on tap at Armada Beer? So if you go to Beeracks, the two biggest breweries that you're going to find there are Hoax and Armada. And what's on tap at Armada? What do they have going on there? Currently,
a lot.
They have a lot of IPAs. They got a Herbalist 420 IPA is their big one they're featuring right now. They have a Citra IPA called the Copper Scrolls. They got a bunch of other ones, some doubles. And then Gabe mentioned several other privateers. Currently on is the Blackberry and the Apricot. They also have some intense ones, which, I mean, let's give a shout out to their anniversary beer, the Knight's Executioner Russian Imperial Stout with coffee and vanilla. That gets a mic, or whatever you're playing right now.
Okay.
Exclamation point!
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I was like, all right, something.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good looking beers coming out of here. I'm looking at their
oatmeal stout, a rich and smooth oatmeal stout with a light roasty and creamy medium body, 7%. It's got what appears to be some sort of English king with a monocle on it, just chilling. He looks great.
And if you don't even have an interest in this brewery, or you're not anywhere near Connecticut and you don't want to drink their beers, just go to their website just to look at the beers. I mean, all of the can art labels are just as sexy as the ones that we are drinking today. And if you haven't checked us out on YouTube, you should, just to see the art on these cans, because it's pretty.
I also wanted to mention briefly their Copper Scrolls. It's a rotating hop IPA. This is something that a lot of breweries do, but a lot of breweries don't do, and we always really like it when they do this, just because it's so... this is like marketing. This is service right here. I mean, you just a different type every day.
Well, that's what I was saying. The current one that's on is Citra. How original.
Galaxy and... Oh, is it just Citra or the Galaxy and Citra one?
The Citra one is what they have right now, the number 4. Okay. That's what's currently at the Beeracks.
Right. Yeah, I'm just looking at the Armada website. I'm looking at Scrolls number 1, Galaxy and Citra. 2 is Rakau, and oh boy,
Kohatsu. Now, see that I've never
Kohatsu.
even heard of. Now we're talking. There's your original beer right there.
That's what I
and
want.
Then they got to 4. They're like, I don't know, just do Citra. We're out of
Yeah. 3 is
we're out of
Cashmere and
hops.
Amarillo, and love Amarillo. I like the Galaxy though. Galaxy is solid, but this one is dope. It's 7%.
All right. Well, Armada Brewing, the Beeracks. Check them out if you can. If you can find your way to their beers, they are not just distributed in Connecticut. They are distributed elsewhere as well. So if you're able to find their beer, I would highly recommend you pick up Armada Brewing. Yes, sir.
You have homework.
Okay.
Get me more of this beer.
Listen, I am heading back there as quickly as I can. I'm trying to pull up where they distribute. Yeah, they're in Rhode Island, they're in Massachusetts, they're in Pennsylvania, Florida. Florida's a curveball there. I don't know how they got that south. But so if you're able to get there, I would highly recommend it. And Armada Brewing, well done. I've got a whole lot of Triple IPA to sip on, so let's wrap this up so I can go nuzzle.
Last call.
We've done a lot today.
It's
been a journey. It's been a journey, and we have one last thing to talk about, and it involves the Girl Scouts of America, their delightful baked goods, and Google. Gabe?
So, the pandemic hit everyone. It hit breweries. It hit stores. It hit families. It hit the Girl Scout cookies. Or the Girl Scouts. Not the cookies. Just the organization.
It hit the Scouts. I don't think the cookies have COVID.
Yeah, the cookies don't have COVID. But they found a way to deliver your cookies. Welcome to 2021. They're being delivered by drones. This is real. Apparently, it's big in Christiansburg, Virginia, where a local Girl Scout troop is changing things up. They have a delivery service with a drone. Now, here's the thing. Some of you are thinking, oh no, robots are taking over. I get that. But hear me out. Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah. The delivery service is more than just Girl Scout cookies. I don't know why Christiansburg, Virginia is the test site for this, but it's a delivery service called Wing. And Google is, first of all, I just need people to understand, like, if you aren't aware, the way you buy groceries is a changin', my friends. And I'm not just talking about Amazon Prime. I'm talking about, like, Amazon has grocery stores now where, like, you can go and you put items in your cart and it just charges you. So at the end, you just walk out there's no checkout. It's tallying things as you add them to your cart. Amen. And then you just walk out the door. But drone delivery services are going to be a thing. And apparently this Girl Scout troop in Christiansburg, Virginia, teamed up with Wing. They were able to get them on board. And residents can now get Samoas, Thin Mints, and other cookies delivered right to their front door.
The peanut butter one. He wouldn't say it. Yeah, apparently the Wing is really helping them out. They say the company is committed to help the girls sell 3,000 boxes regardless of... you can order through the Wing app in Christiansburg until the end of May, but the company is going to make sure they sell 3,000 boxes regardless. And so far, the most popular cookie...
The Thin Mints, of course.
The Thin Mints, of course. I
mean, I love Samoas, but I understand that's a polarizing one. But like Thin Mints, you pop those bitches in the freezer for a few hours. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, I love those Samoas, and I know you're gonna hate this, but those peanut butter.
Don't even say it. I don't want to talk about it.
But yeah, this is wild.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. If you see the video, it's like it's just this drone, and it slowly drops this little like foldable box that just has a bunch of cookies in it. And I thought,
listen, I love drones. I'm obsessed with drones. I have a good friend who has a drone. I have never in my life thought to myself, I need a drone. But this summer, my friend was like, dude, you want to see my drone? And I was like, yeah, sure. Whatever. Let's go see your drone. Oh my God, this thing is sick. Like he's popping his phone on there and he's flying it, and the pictures he's getting, the images. Yeah. I mean, we film our show. Imagine if when you turned on the Hop episode, you just saw just an overhead shot of me
Just a drone just flying around our faces, just like
panning over me as I sit here and drink beer. Drones are cool. Drones are fun. Drones are sexy. Drones are, I want a drone. That's what I'm getting at. But drones also they make sense for delivery. Like if they can actually pilot this and make it work. I mean, it started as kind of a joke.
Yeah, it started as a joke, but then like the more I think about it, I'm like, wait, this is like kind of genius.
Where's my delivery? It's late. Well, the driver's stuck in traffic. No, he's not. He's in the sky. He's flying over houses.
The problem is if you do it too much, you'll have all these drones and they fly into each other, and then that's a whole other customer service nightmare.
Yeah.
So we can't be running into that. But yeah, I'm on board.
This would also, I would 100%. I would buy Girl Scout cookies with no hesitation. Some kid came up to me and was like, I mean, I already am not really a hard sell on Girl Scout cookies. I mean, someone comes up to me and is like, you want Girl Scout cookies? It's pretty much like, I mean, yeah, I haven't done that yet. Oh, is it that time yet? Yeah, like I'm an easy sell on Girl Scout cookies. But if someone came up to me and was like, do you want Girl Scout cookies? And I was like, nah, I'm not in the mood. We'll deliver them with a drone.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Just because I want to see it happen.
Yes.
I don't even care.
I just want to see this.
Give me whatever cookies you want. I just want to be there to experience.
It doesn't. Yeah, you can send the peanut. All you have left is the peanut butter. Fine, I'll find a friend. I don't care. Just send it to me in the drone.
Give them to me.
And then I take the drone. What would stop people from taking the drones? Do the drones like only hover to just above people height and then they drop it? Boom.
I think it'd be funny if they just like let it go and the cookies just smash down on the ground and like you just have crumbs. But apparently Wing has been helping out other businesses, Mockingbird Cafe Bakery and a local library. They were delivering books to children because children should read. Am I right?
Again, I would read so much more if every book was brought with a drone. Steven, you want to hang out tonight? No, I have to finish this book because I get another book when I'm done with this book and I want to see the drone again.
I want to see the drone fly in. Everybody come over to my house at 4. We got a drone coming in. Yeah, it's really great. And good on you, Virginia. You figured it out.
Now bring it to the rest of the world. All right, well, that's it for the hop. We got to go. This Triple IPA, this Typa is so good. I love it so much. So
it doesn't ring off the tongue as best as diaper.
I know, but I like it still. Armada Brewing, check them out. Check out the Beeracks, as you can see behind me. They got a nice outdoor dining space. You can go hang out, have some beers. And Gabe and I will be back next week for our 75th, our 3/4 of a century.
Guys, we're turning 75. Join us as we celebrate our birthday.
All right, we'll see you guys then. Thank you for joining us. Let us know your thoughts.
Drink good beer.
We'll see you next week.
Love each other. Stay safe. Peace out.